This is Mark, everyone. Mark is 29 years old. He's a software engineer who lives in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now, the season kicked off to where Mark was supposed to be dating an inmate by the name of Sensor A, but we learned very quickly that Mark was in fact talking to multiple inmates. Mark shares the reason why he started dating women who were incarcerated is because he didn't have much luck with dating on regular dating websites. He didn't feel flashy enough for a model type of woman, and he definitely didn't feel like the professional crowd was a proper dating environment. So now that Mark is giving dating inmates a shot, he literally has like a spreadsheet, kind of like Ty and her inmate board, except for it's on the computer. So he has the pictures of the inmate's name, their conviction, their release date, their location, as well as a little section where he could write notes so he knows where they left off on the last conversation. That way he doesn't get any of the inmates confused. Although Mark isn't the first nor the last that we'll see of somebody dating multiple inmates, we learn very quickly that something is very off about this guy. He met Sensor A through the Cage Lady pen pal site, and she was the one that he's been talking to the most. She's currently serving an 11-year sentence for shooting up her grandma's house at the Washington Correctional Facility for Women. Mark shares with us he liked her because
she has just an aggressive, high testosterone attitude that I think is sexy.
I have so many questions, you guys. But anyways, so by the third episode, it was apparent that Mark had something else in mind when it came to these women who are incarcerated. Things take a turn when Mark tries to actually convince Sensor A that if she gets pregnant, that it will shorten her 11-year sentence that she is currently serving right now, and that he is willing to provide her with the seeds to do so. Mark felt that it was the perfect time to let her know that he was actually a sperm donor and that he would be willing to help her out. The whole thing was just weird. He was really persistent on trying to convince her to get pregnant. He even said that he would bring her a vial and try to sneak it into the prison. And as Sensor A is trying to explain to him that is not an ideal situation she wants to be in, that taking on children is a big responsibility and she wants stability in her life, that she doesn't want someone that's just going to come and go. She doesn't want to be a single mom. And ultimately, she's not going to put herself in a situation that's going to jeopardize herself to potentially picking up more time. I could not believe him when he responded back to her. The only thing that he can come up with saying out of all of it was the fact that she didn't have much to lose. I thought this was beyond disrespectful because it was basically like, you're already in prison serving 11 years, you don't have much going on for yourself, you might as well just try to get pregnant by me and try to get released early, which we all know that that's not going to happen. How many pregnant women are incarcerated right now? But anyhow, so the call between the two of them came to an end. They ran out of time on the phone, so it's going to fast forward into the next episode. And right when you think that things couldn't get any more awkward or weird, it does. So Mark reveals his plan. So first he shares with us that he bought an 11-bedroom house and he wants to add an additional 12 bedrooms onto that house. And here's where it gets twisted. So Mark is talking to multiple inmates. And let's not forget that Mark shared with us that he's giving dating inmates a shot because he wasn't successful on other dating sites. And essentially, he wants to put all of these women, when they get released, into one big home. And the twist to all of it is either they're already single mothers who have children, or you still have to factor in the fact that he's trying to impregnate Sensor A. And Mark is so fixated on this plan that when he was talking to another inmate by the name of Kirsten, he was trying to convince Kirsten into living in this house, right? Like, wouldn't this be a good opportunity for her to live in? And how did she feel about other women who were single mothers living in the same house? And at the same exact time, Sensor A was calling him from the facility that she was incarcerated at. He decided that he was going to merge their phone calls because he wanted Kirsten to convince Sensor A that if she got pregnant that she could get released early. And the whole thing blew up in his face because not only did Kirsten say on the three-way phone call that just because someone's pregnant doesn't mean that they're going to get released, she herself has experienced being pregnant and incarcerated and it did not get her released early. Then to top it off, Kirsten had to go because it was time for count. Well, Mark thought that it was Sensor A that was hanging up. So when Kirsten had disconnected the phone call and Sensor A was left on the phone, he was speaking to her as if he was speaking to Kirsten. You can tell Sensor A was pissed off, and she asked him directly how many women he was talking to, and that's when Mark revealed that he was talking to 4 inmates. Mark is just too much. Like, come on. Like, you go from wanting to impregnate the girl, then you're talking to multiple inmates, and then you get confused on who you're talking to. Of course Sensor A hung up on him. Now, in deleted scenes that were released by WeTV on YouTube, it basically shows Mark talking to his other girlfriend Kirsten and apologizing to her and essentially kind of reeling her back in. I don't know, I'm getting a little bit of a grooming vibe from him. I think he's very selective on the women that he's choosing. He mentioned that he liked Censor A because she was young. Censor A is 22. Well, it turns out that the girl Kirsten he's talking to is 22 as well. And it was actually revealed in the deleted scenes that Kirsten is currently serving time in prison for child endangerment. So I don't know what Mark's ultimate plan is at the end of the day, but I'm just getting this real culty vibe. It seems like he's targeting young, broken, vulnerable women who are incarcerated, who are either single mothers or in some weird way wants to make them a single mother so they can all live in this house or this compound together. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm definitely getting a creeper vibe from this guy. Drop a comment below and let me know what your thoughts on Mark are. Alright guys, that's all I got for you today on this video. Thank you so much for watching Rewatch Reality. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And until next time guys, peace out.